Yeah. What's going on? God bless. Good day. Hope y'all feel good this morning. I'm finally waking up. Thank you for caring. Thank you for caring. Tune in this morning. Go ahead and tune in. Get some deep breaths. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Get a couple taps. A couple taps on the head, cheek. Get some fresh blood to those bags under those eyes. Jawbones. Just wake the glands up, shake them up a little bit. I'm pretty sure your major glands are here, here, and here. It's good. Don't massage like if you're sick and you're actively trying to fight something. Don't overdo gland massages because it can cause the virus or bacteria that you're infected with to release and maybe have a tougher time getting out. So just let your glands do the work of fighting a bacteria or virus naturally. But it is always good to express those glands. Another gland is your adrenal storages, are right here below the palm of your foot. So I don't know how. So I guess it just your extra adrenaline will end up at the very bottom of your body for some reason, and the very bottom is this. And so just sometimes it's good to break up that adrenaline storage right there on the bottom of your feet. Just press in really hard right below the pad of the foot to break that up. Health and wealth, that's the message. Take control of your life in those two areas. And it's gonna make this is gonna help. It's gonna help you. Trust me. So where are we at today? We went up 1.5% yesterday, and we are. I think the best thing yesterday was the bonds getting purchased, right? So, and I think the 10-year and the 5-year are even closer to this 2.8 number. So, still elevated, but at least the bonds caught a bid yesterday, and they're looking like they might be catching bids again today. So this is good, right? This is people showing strength in the U.S. Treasury bond market. And I think that's, like I've been saying, it's right now we in America are going to be viewed as the strongest market. We are not Europe, which is centrally located more towards the Russia-Ukraine crisis. And I mean, like Germany had a 30% inflation. So, stay away from Europe. If you think we got inflation, they got big problems over there. their shit's finna get bad. I mean, we gotta pray for them. Plain and simple, because inflation like that, it doesn't hurt the rich. It doesn't hurt the rich. They've made money off of inflation. They make a lot of money. Inflation, 30% inflation, is gonna kill people in poverty. Just plain and simple. It's, people that were struggling to people that were paycheck to paycheck, just putting food on the table with those paychecks. Or having to fill up just to go to work to get that fiat income to put food on the table. It's gonna be tough, I imagine. So, and then we've got China lockdowns. So the China market's absolute shit. The Europe market's absolute shit. America feels like the one place investors can go right now and have any sense of a comfortable place to park your money. So, just my 2 cents. But didn't have a big earnings day yesterday. It's really gearing up for today, where we've got Microsoft, Google Alphabet, Visa, and GM. So you really have three big sectors right there. You've got tech, Microsoft, and Google are going to be heavyweights on the NASDAQ, and I would expect big tech to move with Google and Microsoft. And then Visa is going to give us an idea of consumer spending, consumer debt, consumer credit, these types of things. So it's going to give us a decent picture of how willing U.S. consumers are to spend and even to go into debt to spend. And then GM is going to give us an update on the auto manufacturers' capability and their dealings with supply chains right now, which I know is not great. Like I know Chevy is having to build cars without sunroofs because it takes computer chips to install a sunroof, and they're having to build, SUVs without the electric fold-out running boards because it takes computer chips for those. So I expect those problems to continue for GM and a lot of your auto manufacturers. So it is what it is. Nice. So, I mean, red pre-market. I like it. Where last week we were getting in trouble when we had these, heavily favored pre-markets. It just set up for the short. And, people see green pre-markets and think, oh, great, things must be looking up today. But typically not how that works, just from what I've noticed. So, red pre-market, I like it. Again, I'm just looking long-term investments right now. And it's good to see Zim recovering a little bit. It's good to see Bitcoin recovering a little bit. Qualcomm and AMD, we are gearing up for earnings for Qualcomm Thursday. And we're gearing up for, I believe so, Qualcomm might be Wednesday or Thursday. And then AMD is next Tuesday. So, gearing up for those. Qualcomm's Wednesday after close. Sweet. So, let's look at the futures. And then, like I told you yesterday, we're just going to kind of keep this stuff short and sweet these days. Alrighty. So, crude oil is approaching that $9,900 level. Brent crude is if that gets back to that 105 level, watch that. The NQ is down a little bit today. These went positive towards the end of day yesterday. So could have been a good signal for the strength that we saw end of day yesterday. But they're still not as low as they were last week. They're still not even as low as they were to start the day yesterday. So, I don't feel terrible right here about some of these levels. Again, I want to see this reclaim 14,000, and I want to see the ES reclaim 4,500. So we're still a little bit off of those levels. Just watch these today and just see if you get any strong momentums up or down. But they look okay. They're even got a little tick up here off the bottom at 6. So we're right there. And then keep an eye on this, right? The big oil companies got hit last week, and we got Exxon, and we got Chevron, and we got Phillips 66 on Thursday. So, again, this is ticked up pretty hard from the kind of around the pre-market open time, 5 o'clock here. So trending up there. I imagine if we get any further news about China lockdown or anything that's going to increase supply or decrease demand, could bring this price back down, and we could also have the opposite effect. We could get we could get a China reopen, or we could get something else that could bring it up. But I think it's more likely right now that we have some factors that could keep this suppressed and manipulated. So just keep an eye on it. But, if for some reason we get a positive catalyst for oil, you guys should know where to look. And where I would look is going to be Oxy, XOM, and Phillips 66. Phillips 66 and Oxy were the strongest, in my opinion, over the last couple weeks, and I really expect these to, if the momentum in oil is on the up, I would expect these to go back to some of the highs. So, you can see we've dipped pretty far down. So, like 55 to 58 is a decent level to accumulate if you think we can still push some of these all-time highs here. But obviously we've got to have the price of oil and natural gas work in favor of these stocks. So keep an eye on those. Keep an eye on if these start going, if these start running. See, we just had really nice momentum and fall hard to a decent dip buying opportunity if oil cooperates. The big thing that is suppressing oil right now is the China lockdown and the worry that could curb demand. Obviously, increased supply, curb demand is going to cause a lower price. So that is about it. Chip makers all showed relative strength yesterday. Banks came back yesterday and showed some strength. Everything showed decent. Oil was way down. Sorry about that. Anyways, that'll about conclude the show for today. So, big earnings tonight. Microsoft and Google. Might even go live for those. So, shoot me a note if you're interested in those. If you watch those, if you play those, shoot me a note. And is the Bulls still negative? Yeah. So, predictions for today. The red pre-market, I think we could see a run up and chill. I think we could see a run up and chill. Just because I expect Google, and where's my Microsoft at? I expect Google and Microsoft to get, at least at a minimum back to, because some people are going to want to front run earnings, right? Some people front run earnings. Google had a great earnings last time and should do well. So I expect Google to at least reclaim that 2,500 level, probably push a little higher. Just because 2,500 was a strong support level in the past. And then I expect Microsoft to at least push towards the 285, 290 level. I don't know that it'll reclaim that 300 support level. If they have a good earnings, I think it's easily over 300. Same with so Google last earnings after they reported, they got up to 2,700. So I mean, if they come out and have a really strong earnings, they could have a monster day today. Google also has a stock split coming up in June, so they've got some positive catalysts. They've got a 20-for-1 stock split coming up, so they've got some positive catalysts coming up. Where if they do well tonight, you'll probably never see these low prices again. So we'll see. But anyways, love you. God bless. Drop a comment if you're watching something in the market that I'm not covering, or that you like. Maybe if you like the gambling stocks, DraftKings or Penn, leave me a comment. I can follow those. If you like the banks, if you like Disney, if you like Nvidia, Coinbase, some of these things, let me know. Hit me up. Make sure you like the video, subscribe. I'll do this every morning, try to go on for about 15 minutes because I used to, come and watch some things on YouTube to try to get ready for my market day, and they just weren't giving me the information that I wanted as a trader. I wanted the future prices. I wanted to know whether the ES and the NQ were up or down. I wanted to know where the bonds had moved from yesterday and we're looking this morning. I want to know where the price of oil and wheat contracts are sitting. So I want to know what earnings are coming up, these type of things. And people would just get on and be trying to trade low float runners in the morning. And I mean, I'm not a huge gambling guy. I definitely have gambled, have YOLO'd some shit, but it's very unlikely to prosper on a YOLO play. So again, to me, the best investment strategy I have had success with is averaging into positions over time. And holding long term, holding 5 years, holding, I really only been investing since 2017. So, I've only had 5 years. But I expect to keep averaging into positions. whether it be AMD, Qualcomm, now Zim and Bitcoin, and just keep stacking, keep holding, keep stacking, keep buying quality companies, keep looking for discounts, and over time, it'll pay off. So just keep working hard, keep that fiat rolling in, and keep buying good stocks and companies. Don't just buy the latest, trendiest thing. Look for discounts. Look for companies you like that you use. So, God bless. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow.